Have you ever considered how different cultures throughout history have adapted their farming practices to work with nature instead of constantly against it, especially in challenging environments? Imagine a farming method that relies on movement and regeneration, deeply shaping the landscape it uses. Shifting cultivation profoundly impacts land use by alternately clearing and farming small plots, then allowing them to regenerate naturally over time. When practiced traditionally, it can be a sustainable system that promotes biodiversity and soil health. However, under modern pressures like increased population and shortened fallow periods, it frequently leads to deforestation, soil degradation, and habitat loss. The primary reason for these varied impacts lies in the length of the fallow period and the intensity of land use. In its original form, traditional shifting cultivation involved long fallow periods, sometimes extending for 20 to 30 years. During this time, the cleared land would revert to forest or secondary growth, allowing soil fertility to naturally replenish and biodiversity to recover, creating a mosaic of different successional stages across the landscape. The burning of vegetation also releases nutrients into the soil, temporarily enriching it for the short cultivation cycle. However, as population densities increase and land availability decreases, fallow periods often shorten dramatically. When the land is recultivated before it has fully recovered, its natural regenerative capacity is overwhelmed. This leads to a continuous cycle of nutrient depletion, increased soil erosion, and the persistent loss of forest cover. The practice then transforms from a sustainable land management technique into a driver of environmental degradation. Understanding this distinction is crucial, as researchers often refer to the fallow period as the key ecological indicator for sustainability. A fallow period that is too short, typically less than 10 years, severely compromises the ecosystem services provided by the regenerating vegetation, including carbon sequestration and water regulation. It also directly contributes to what is known as secondary succession, which is the process of ecological community change and development that occurs in areas where the original community has been removed or disturbed but soil or sediment remains. Ultimately, the impact of shifting cultivation on land use is not inherently good or bad, but rather a dynamic outcome influenced by ecological limits and human population pressures. It highlights how agricultural systems, when adapted to local conditions and maintaining ecological balance, can coexist with natural processes, but when these conditions are disrupted, significant environmental consequences often follow.